talked to this year, and so, like, just kind of struggled through this with me. And the cool thing is this, so I don't know what it says we're supposed to be talking about, but what's cool is I just took a new job, like my 10th one, all right, in 30 years. That's either a good thing or a bad thing, right? Either you suck and you're getting not fired all the time, or you're doing a good job and you're getting better jobs. But so we just got done. So we went there. We just got done kind of going back, because when you take a new job, this is what I have found: is you go in, you put in a system, and if you're at the same place for a while. So I was at UCLA for 4 years. All right, your offense starts to morph itself into all this morphing. Right? Because the hardest thing as an offensive coach is not schemes, because there's 8 million great schemes out there, is what the hell do you call it? Right? It's always, you sit in there, you go, you drop a play, okay, let's run that play. What are we going to call it? And that takes 2 hours to figure out how you're going to call it and fit it into your system. All right? So doing this, we just hired a new O-line coach, Jim Turner, last week. So for the last week, we've been kind of going back and bringing him up to speed, and he's had some really good ideas. So this is kind of a little bit new for me too, so it's cool. We're going to get in here and kind of see if it's going to work or not, right? All right, so here's what the zone read. Everybody in the country is running zone read. There ain't no, in fact, O'Reilly picks me up at the airport last night and says, what are you talking on this year, Noel? The same year that you talk on every year, all right? So this hopefully is maybe some little new stuff. All right, so here's what it came down to, all right? Zone read, 12 and 13, all right? Our line, we're not going to really talk, you know, at some point we can talk techniques of how we coach our whole line, all right, and their calls and what their aiming points are and all that kind of stuff, all right? But basically it's a tight zone tracks by your own line, all right? When we call 12 or 13 zone read, all right, that tells the backside. So this is our read play. Backside tackle, as we all know, he's a sit tackle, all right? 5 in the box, 6 in the box. And we'll watch cutoffs on that in a second. So he's a sit backside tackle for the 5th defender, all right? Because my quarterback's going to handle the 6th defender, what we'll call the conflict backer, all right? The play side tackle, he's alert to a spot call. So if I'm the play side tackle and we're running inside zone to me over here, all right, and I just got a 5-1 box and no threat on the outside, I got 5 hats on 5 hats, I'm good, all right? My quarterback will deal with the 2 outside guys, all right? We'll deal with them with key screens, quick game, whatever you guys want to tag out there. But if I get a threat off this edge to this tackle, all right, I don't want a guy coming off the edge where I'm handing the ball off to the back, so all he's going to say is spot. All right? He can say whatever he wants. We're going to say spot. All right? That just tells everybody, hey, move one man to the left on your scheme. Okay, so instead of me in the left guard in the center working the 5 and the 3 and say the Mike backer, now we got to work the 3 and the 5 to the Will backer. Okay? So that tells the backside guys they got to move a spot. All right? So that's just like an alert. You're alert to a spot call. All right, quarterback. We have to. Our coaches, we have to control the 6th defender. All right, if he's in the box, out of the box, if he's an end, whatever he is, it's our job to have an answer for your quarterback. All right, what are you going to do? All right, you have to control him. Our quarterbacks basically play the game, the whole game off of one guy. All right, it's RPOs. Right, you got 5 hats, you get a hat for a hat, 5 on 5, there's a 6th guy unblocked, how you dealing with it, all right? Okay, we're gonna attach key screens or stick routes to this, all right? Because if I'm a quarterback, all right, and I'm working off the 6th guy, and he happens to be the Will backer out there because there's 5 in the box, okay, and my eyes are right on him, and he wants to play the B gap, all right? Then I've got to have an answer outside. Key screens, quick game, something, all right? If there's 6 in the box, all right, and now the end is the guy, that's a different animal for the quarterback. Because that's the quarterback can hit him in the mouth if he decides to pull the football. And you're going to throw it, all right? So we'll talk about that here today, all right? Back, tracks, A-gap defender, all right? And there's all, you know, track that, the crack of the center, track this, track that. All I want the back to do is have total access back, tackle to tackle. Okay? So if the shade's to my side, which I like the best, I want him to open, crossover, I want his shoulder square, and I want him tracking that A-gap defender with his shoulder squares. Because I want him to be able to go that way or that way, okay? I don't want him like this trying to press an offside gap. I want his shoulder square to that A-gap defender, all right? So now, if the ball goes there, I can get there. If it has to bounce, it bounces, all right? Okay, if the back does not receive the football, all right, he is immediately bounces to the outside, right? It's key to little, right, details. You know, the devil's in the details, right? Two big details that we're all relaxed on with our quarterback and our backs. My back goes like that, my quarterback pulled it. I just don't want him doing this, all right? I want him to put his foot in the ground and bounce, all right? I want him to attract eyes this way. Quarterback, you give the football, all right? You've got to come off the fake I just gave to the back, and you've got to have both hands to your sternum, all right? And if you even want to tuck it to that offside shoulder a little bit, great, all right? And now I've got to accelerate, all right? Accelerate, all right, to 5, and I tell 5 yards past the line of scrimmage. I want to attract eyes, all right? What we want as a defense is we want here's when you watch defenses, first thing you look for is these guys look for eye violators, right? They're eye violators. This linebacker's got the B gap, but man, he's looking at everything, all right? So you got to show him everything, all right? So all the finish part is important, all right? Quarterback, you keys the defender out of box, all right? He reads the defender on the line of scrimmage. That's why they're called key screens, all right? 5 in the box, Will Backer's out of the box, that's my key, all right? He's in, ball goes out. He's out, ball goes in, all right? If there's 6 in the box, now I'm a true read, wishbone, split veer quarterback, all right? I am reading the end, okay? Like every year, man, I hear something, okay, you read their shoulders, you read their body language, all right? You read their eyes, okay? All right? You gotta look them in the eyes. That's what I tell my guys. If I'm reading that in, and I'm right here, you look that sucker right in the eyes. And if he's looking at you, and you're looking at him right in the eyes, give the football. All right? Because he's gonna always look where he wants to go. All right? So that's just a base read, all right? Now you gotta remember these rules, because when we get to 2-back zone read, all right, 3-back zone read, whatever the hell you want to do, I don't want any of these rules to change for my guys, okay? Don't change the play, just change the presentation.